I mean, you do a lot of work with your family.
Well, speaking of, starting over, like you said, now apparently she has, I think the marketing optics on this, I'm just a jaded person. I think there's a team involved. She's now coming back to the show, apparently, and she's no longer Raquel. She's going back to her original birth name of Rachel to symbolize that she is now a different person. I'm sure it's all great and maybe she got help. I'm just jaded of like the marketing optics on this to me are smart. She's holding out for money.
You can't go away to a place like that and not get some tools to help you change. So if she decided from that, oh, I want to go back to my name, Rachel, I want people to know me as who I am, the core of me, and that's Rachel. That's why she probably made that decision, not because somebody was sitting with her being like, this would be so epic if you changed your name back and we got all this press for that. I don't think she's not that smart. No, the people around her are not like crisis manager that smart. And it's
You don't think so?
No, I do not. And it's common sense that the people around her or her are saying, excuse me, I basically made that show because I was the villain. So if you want me to have to go through that again or have to deal with all the backlash next season, you're going to pay me a lot of money. I would tell her the same thing.
Yeah. No, I have no change.
It doesn't take a genius to decide all that. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I just think maybe she got some help. I just think it's a brilliant marketing plan come together of like, you are the villain. I think she could come back as a redemption and now have her be Rachel instead of Raquel and try to get back in there with the girls. And yeah, I would. Well,
no one really knew her name anyways, right? Half of America called her Rachel, half of America called her Raquel. So she's just picking a name.
I just think it's brilliant. And I would hold out for all the money myself. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think it's like, yes, sure. I'm just a jaded person. Look, I think maybe she did need some help. I just think it's like the optics on it of being quiet. Everybody I want to hear from her right now more than Tom or Ariana and Tom. So I just think it's a smart, as you know, Rachel, first of all, I think you and this other Rachel over here, you and Rachel, you could tell that Rachel Leviss, I think, have a lot in common. You both were part of a major scandal. You know what I'm going to say? You're not going to, I don't know if you're going to like this. Recently, I told you, I think you look like my good friend, Melissa Rivers. You didn't really see it. I think you look like Raquel Leviss. I think you look like Rachel a little bit.
If I had short hair?
Yes, 100%. You guys have the same name. Yeah, you look like her, for real. You both went to the same treatment facility. I'm not making light of it.
Look.
Yes. And Rachel, I'm comparing you to like, what is she, 28 or something? So this is a big compliment, even though you're off the market and you're taken by Bo Dietl.
Maybe I'll change my name to Raquel and she could be the Rachel.
Listen, I would just like to know where she is. I think it's a brilliant marketing. Today is really the day of personal ties to Rachel. You could tell this is not how we planned this whole show, but
6 degrees of separation to Rachel, you could tell.
Well, we have another one now, another 6 degrees of separation. Dorit and PK. Now before we get into this new story about
that's Dorit, 1 degree of separation though.
Because you dated PK.
I did.
How long did you date PK for? This really isn't planned, guys. There's a story about Dorit and PK and the insurance, but it happens that you dated fucking PK. When was this?
For like a year. A long time ago.
He met you in the clubs when you were working the clubs in Vegas.
He was a client of mine and we were really good friends for like a year.
And by the way, I need to interject when you say client, your job was bottle service because, PK clients, our minds wander. There's a lot out there.
I was not anything professional. That was escort, sexual, madam. It had nothing to do with that. I was the director of VIP operations at a little nightclub or business called Tao. And I was in New York on business because we also had Marquee and Stanton Social and Avra. And he came in as a client. And I helped him get a table and find his way around. And then I brought him back to Vegas. And, he was the first bottle service client who was cultivated kind of. He started out spending, 10, 20,000, but then he would be spending upwards of 250, 300,000 a night on bottle service.
And did he tip well?
Yeah, of course. Well, he would give me the credit card and all the stuff to sign. So yeah, of course, everyone got tipped very well. It was always a 20% gratuity, but on a price like that, that's huge, you know? So no, he was great. He was wonderful. His friends were great. Everyone loved him. When he came into the club, we treated him like it was called SNFU, super no fuck up. And that meant when he came in, means when PK comes in, it would have SNFU next to his name, super no fuck up. You cannot fuck up this table. You cannot fuck up this client. That's what that meant.
Meaning he was like he wanted things
deal.
a certain way.
No, man, he was a big deal. We took care of him no matter what he wanted.
I just look, there's a lot, I have said for years, I don't understand PK and Dorit's finances. That's me. I don't understand it. I'm sorry. I never will. I understand Mauricio Umansky. He owns the agency. I understand where the dollars come from. I don't understand it. So now there's this report that Dorit and PK, they had this claim. They're being sued, you know, about this flood that apparently happened when they were away. And there's an insurance claim. People are saying, well, you also got robbed. And when you're robbed and your stuff is stolen, quote unquote, there's an insurance claim.
File an insurance claim. Yeah, there's a lot of insurance claims. I'm curious who their insurance carrier is and if they've dropped them.
Right. And, you know, Dorit did, now it came out that she's also being sued by, she had some work done. And I guess you get out, you recover at home, you hire a nurse. She wanted to recover with a private nurse after some surgery. We all get, I mean, we all get plastic surgery. Hello. I mean, although I just have, you know, the normal stuff, but she had someone at home. She didn't pay the nurse, the rumor allegedly. So now she owes like 8,000. So, I mean, are these,
that, you know, to get the stories to not come out about something like so kind of embarrassing, like pay the woman, you know?
Kind of.
Why would you want that story floating around? First of all, there's stories there. She doesn't pay her bills and she gets plastic surgery over and over. Do you know what I mean? Like who wants that kind of press? I don't know.
I have never met a group of people other than housewives that apparently just hire people and decide they don't want to pay their bills. I literally, I don't understand. I hire someone, the bill comes, I'm pissed, and then I pay it. I mean, it's a very simple process. I'm like, I thought this would be 6,000. It's 8,000. Fuck my life. Okay.
Yeah, there's something that you can negotiate sometimes. I mean, that's a different story, but just not paying it is a problem.
So, I mean, where are you on this? Do you think there's some, you know, listen, I have to come face to face with these people. And then I always feel bad when I say things, but I have to be honest to this audience. I don't understand where their numbers come from. And there's a lot of insurance claims. Is there any?
I think a lot of people don't understand where their money comes from. I mean, it's really none of our business, but it is our business when they've chosen to be on a show and claim that they have such a big life, bigger than most people's. And then when they treat people badly because of it, or they get into trouble because they're lying, that's when it all falls apart, right? That's when it doesn't seem smart. It's when it seems like it's a fraud. You know, PK's always been litigious, and you know, I don't know. We don't really. It's not really transparent what he does. Representing Pele, representing Boy George. I mean, how much money are you really making from that? I don't know, but